Arsenal to snatch a Real Madrid star? De Bruyne no longer needed by Guardiola? What's happening at Man City? Manchester United offer a contract to Son Heung-min. Is this for real? And Real Madrid are closing in on Van Dijk. Is it a done deal? All this and much more in today's episode. Guys, to see you all again tomorrow, we need to hit 250 likes today. Already done? Then let's go. Fichajes is reporting that Manchester United are eyeing up a huge summer move for Heung-min Son, the Tottenham legend. The guy's been at Spurs for ages and he's already 32. Can you believe it? Looks like United are looking to spice up their attack. And what better way than adding a bit of sunshine? Here's the crazy part. Son grew up as a United supporter. Talk about a dream move, even if it's a bit later than expected. Better late than never, right? But that's assuming Tottenham are even willing to let him go. And that's a massive IF. Spurs, to put it mildly, aren't exactly flying right now. Losing Son? Yeah, that wouldn't go down well with their fans. But let's be honest, this could be his last real chance to win silverware. Tottenham's trophy collection is legendary. You know, like a unicorn. Everyone talks about it, but no one's ever actually seen it. Jokes aside, though, Son would be a massive signing for United. He's quick, skillful, knows where the goal is, and most importantly, he's got years of Premier League experience. No adaptation needed, no guesswork. Just a ready-made, world-class forward. Imagine the hype if this deal actually happens. By the way, a quick heads up, we've noticed a bunch of you are regular viewers but haven't hit that subscribe button yet. Let's fix that. If you love transfer news and don't want to miss a single update, now's the time to subscribe. Let's fix that. If you love transfer news and don't want to miss a single update, now's the time to subscribe. Now, back to the deal. Under Ruben Amorim, assuming United don't change managers again, Son could absolutely thrive. His movement, finishing, and link-up play are exactly what United's attack is missing. And let's be real, if you've watched United play recently, you don't even need me to explain how poor their attack has been. But hold on, it's not that simple. Because guess what? Saudi clubs are circling, and we all know they've got cash to burn. They could make Tottenham an offer Daniel Levy simply can't refuse and hand Son a contract so big, even Elon Musk might raise an eyebrow. Well, almost. So, the battle for the Korean superstar is shaping up to be one of the most intense transfer sagas of the summer. And by the way, Son's contract expires in 2026. So, Tottenham have a decision to make. Cash in now or risk losing him for free later? What do you think? Would you love to see Son in a United jersey? Or is he better off staying put at Spurs? Or maybe, is it time for a mega money move to Saudi Arabia? Drop your opinions in the comments. We're genuinely keen to hear what you think. Is Kevin De Bruyne really waving goodbye to Manchester City? The Belgian midfield maestro, the guy who sent defenders into therapy and goalkeepers into prayer mode, might be nearing the end of his City era? Or is he? Rumors are spreading like wildfire. Some say San Diego FC, the MLS newcomers, are already rolling out the red carpet, and it's lined with dollar bills, of course, just for Kevin. Others whisper that Saudi Arabia is ready to back up the money truck and drive straight to his house. Wait a second, this is starting to sound like a full-blown spy thriller. So, what do we actually know? De Bruyne's contract with City runs until the summer of 2025. Talks about an extension? Not exactly moving at lightning speed. Pep Guardiola, in classic Pep fashion, plays it cool, saying Kevin is a grown man who will decide his own future. Come on, like Pep doesn't have a clue what's going on behind the scenes. San Diego FC, apparently, have a designated player spot reserved with De Bruyne's name on it. It's like they're saying, come on over, big man, we've got everything ready for you. But here's the real kicker. As brilliant as De Bruyne is, he's 33 now. And injuries don't care how good you are. This season, Pep has been managing his minutes carefully. Some pundits, both professional and those screaming on Twitter, are already spinning theories. Some say Guardiola is phasing him out, setting up a golden parachute for him in MLS. Others believe City are just playing hardball, trying to squeeze him into a new contract on more favourable terms. What's next for De Bruyne? The MLS, where he'd be treated like an absolute icon? Saudi Arabia, where he could practically swim in gold? Or does he still have one last chapter left in Europe? One thing's for sure, if he leaves, it's not just the loss of a player, it's the end of an era. De Bruyne didn't just play football, he painted masterpieces on the pitch. He made us believe in magic, and let's be real. Replacing him? That's not going to be easy. TBR Football claims the deal with San Diego is close to completion, but we all know how reliable transfer gossip can be, right? So, what do you think? Is De Bruyne heading to MLS? Is this just another agent-driven rumor? Or will City pull off a last-minute contract extension? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's discuss. And while Kevin ponders his next move, we'll be keeping a close eye on developments and keeping you in the loop. Frenkie de Jong, the 27-year-old Dutch midfield maestro who, until recently, was conducting the Barcelona orchestra, has suddenly found himself warming the bench. Well, not completely glued to it. He still gets the occasional cameo, but let's be honest, the writing's on the wall. And now, according to reports from TBR Football, Barcelona are open to selling him. Not just a quiet farewell, Barca are actively trying to offload him to multiple Premier League clubs. Picture this, De Jong's agents knocking on the doors of Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool and Manchester United, practically shouting, "Step right up, one-of-a-kind offer, world-class midfielder, huge discounts, fire sale." Sounds comical, right? And honestly, a bit degrading for a player of his caliber. Of course, any of those clubs could use a player like De Jong. Liverpool, desperate for creativity in midfield. Arsenal, Jorginho isn't getting any younger. Chelsea, they need a playmaker, not a squad full of headless chickens. And Manchester United, they've been chasing De Jong for years. But here's the catch, Barca's rumoured price tag, just 35 million euros. That's an absolute steal. Or is it? Because there's a small problem. De Jong is currently earning 365,000 euros a week. With that kind of salary, maybe 35 million euros isn't a bargain after all. And to make things even wilder, reports claim his agents have been in touch with Manchester City as well. Looks like they're trying to cover the entire Big Six, just in case someone bites. At this point, it's like a high-stakes poker game. Raising the stakes, bluffing, hoping for a bit of luck. The whole situation is, to put it mildly, a tangled mess. Some sources claim he's already got one foot in the Premier League, while others say he's determined to stay at Barcelona and prove himself under Hansi Flick. Liverpool, supposedly, have even offered a swap deal involving Luis Diaz. By the way, here's an interesting stat for you. 80% of you watch my videos but aren't subscribed. And hey, subscribing is free. No hidden fees, I promise. So, before the transfer madness begins, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Now let's talk. Will De Jong be lighting up English stadiums next season? Will he be Liverpool's missing piece? Or will he finally become Manchester United's long-awaited signing? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Where would you like to see De Jong play? And what do you make of this whole transfer circus? Real Madrid aren't just interested in Liverpool's Trent Alexander-Arnold, they're reportedly plotting a double swoop that includes Virgil van Dijk. The Galacticos are on the hunt for defensive reinforcements, and who better to strengthen their backline than Liverpool's captain and defensive leader? Apparently, landing Mbappé isn't enough. Now they're eyeing one of the boldest transfer moves of the summer, stealing two of Liverpool's best defenders. If reports are to be believed, both Trent and Van Dijk could be donning the famous white kit of Madrid in just a few months. But why the sudden urgency? Simple. Real Madrid's defense has been in a constant state of crisis over the past 2 years. Eder Militao and David Alaba seem permanently injured. Antonio Rudiger has had his fitness struggles, and even Aurelien Tchouameni has been forced to fill in at centre-back. At this point, Madrid's defense is practically being held together by tape. They don't just need a short-term fix, they need a world-class leader at the back. Enter Virgil van Dijk. The Dutchman, who turns 34 this summer, is still performing at an elite level, leading Liverpool's Premier League title charge. But what about his future? His contract runs out at the end of next season, and while insiders claim Liverpool have already offered him a new deal, he hasn't put pen to paper just yet. And this is where it gets interesting. Real Madrid reportedly see Van Dijk as a market opportunity, which, in plain English, means if we can get him on a free transfer, we absolutely will. Given their strict policy of offering only one-year contracts to players over 30, they're prepared to put that exact offer on the table for Van Dijk. The big question is, will that be enough to tempt him? But hold on, if Real Madrid are serious about landing Van Dijk, they won't be alone. Barcelona and Bayern Munich are both reportedly monitoring the situation, And let's not forget the Saudi clubs, who could throw an absurd contract at him with more zeros than anyone at Madrid or Liverpool could offer. Of course, the biggest question remains. Does Van Dijk even want to leave Liverpool? He's a club legend, the captain, and could cement his status as one of the greatest defenders in Premier League history by staying. But at 34, this might just be his last shot at a blockbuster move to another European giant. So, what do you think? Can you picture Van Dijk in a Real Madrid shirt? Or will he stay at Liverpool and continue to build his legacy at Anfield? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Where do you think the Dutchman will end up? According to Team Talk, Arsenal are reportedly eyeing up Rodrigo. Yes, that Rodrigo. Arsenal and the transfer window. It's like Romeo and Juliet, only usually without the happy ending. Every year it's the same story. Arsenal want everyone, and in the end, well, you know how it goes. But this time, things might actually be heating up. Team Talk and Fichajes are shouting it from the rooftops. Mikel Arteta personally wants Rodrigo in Arsenal's famous red and white. Apparently, the Brazilian is seen as the missing piece to finally drag Arsenal out of, almost winning the league. And you can't deny it. Rodrigo's been absolutely on fire this season. 12 goals, 9 assists, and counting. The numbers don't lie. He can play on the wing, through the middle, and probably even make you a coffee if you ask nicely. He's a real Swiss Army knife, versatile, Brazilian, and, well, ridiculously expensive. The snag? Real Madrid aren't exactly known for giving out discounts. For Rodrigo, they want, drumroll please, an offer they simply can't refuse. Translation from Madrid speak to plain English. £83 million, and probably even more. Because, let's be honest, when it comes to Real Madrid, the appetite always grows with eating. They're usually more into buying than selling. Though, on the other hand, there's the whole Kylian Mbappé situation brewing at Real Madrid. Remember those old westerns? This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Feels like the same thing might be happening at the Bernabeu. Maybe Rodrigo wouldn't mind a change of scenery, a chance to be the main man, rather than just one of, well, you know who. And let's not forget, Arsenal's squad depth isn't exactly their strong point. Injuries to Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, and even Havertz have exposed just how thin Arteta's bench really is. Rodrigo could be exactly what Arteta needs to finally add some serious depth to his squad. Experienced, a proven goalscorer, and with a winning mentality, he's a dream signing. The big question, is this even realistic? Honestly, almost impossible. But then again, this is football. And when that much cash is on the table, anything can happen. What do you think? Will we see Rodrigo sporting the Arsenal crest next season? Or is this just another transfer window fairy tale? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe to the channel, share this video with your mates, let everyone know who Arsenal are after, and I'll be here keeping an eye on how things develop. Until next time, and may your favourite club never disappoint you in the transfer market.